What a great moment for DeMar DeRozan, holding up number 10 alongside President General Manager of the Toronto Raptors, Brian Colangelo. And we are now joined by DeMar DeRozan. Real quick, why the number 10?
I try to change it up. 10 really means something to me. I felt like all my accomplishment, it took me 10 years to really get to this mark when I really started taking basketball seriously, So I had to go with 10 because that felt like that's the top of the scale for me. So.
Yeah. 1 through 10, right? And you were 10 at USC, sure?
DeMar, 19 years old, coming to a new city, into the league, to a team that's going to have a lot of availability for your talent level. What do you think are some of the things that you've got to be aware of coming into this situation?
You just got to be aware of the negative things that you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for the ups and downs. You got to understand when stuff ain't going your way, you got to know how to find things around there and don't let it get you down. So that's one thing.
You played for Tim Floyd. He was an NBA head coach. How did that prepare you at all for this next move that you're about to make? I know that Tim obviously is no longer with USC, but yet you were under his instruction for a year.
It really prepared me. He helped me understand the half-court game, which they play a lot in the NBA, and I really got that down packed to where I know how to execute plays in the half-court, not just in transition, little stuff. He really helped me really prepare for the league.
DeMar, you're stepping up into one of the most competitive positions in the league. I mean, that 2-3 spot is a difficult position to guard night in, night out, and play against. How do you plan to mentally and physically prepare for the challenge night in, night out?
Playing under Tim Floyd, if you want to be on the floor, you had to play defense. Every single time. You can lack a bit or you wouldn't be out there. So, that's one thing that really helped me out, and that's one thing I really love doing is playing defense.
I tell you what, that stretches a lot of Raptors fans right where they itch.
Well, you talk about Raptor fans. I don't know if anybody's talked to you about how this building is packed and how rabid the fans are and how into it. Have you heard about the Raptor fans?
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of the Raptor fans have been Twittering me and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Facebooking me and everything. So they're very supportive, and they just been telling me how packed the gym going to be and everything. So I'm excited.
And what have you heard about the Raptor organization prior to getting here, prior to working out? What have you heard around from sources, people who've been here? What have you heard about the organization?
It's a great organization. Everybody loved it, and it's a great city to be in, especially with this type of organization. And the city showed so much support. It's just not a city that's starstruck. It embraced all the players in the organization, and that's one thing that I really took in, and I really appreciate that.
I think one of the things that you mentioned up at the podium that stands out, and we talked about this last night and earlier today, was the opportunity that you have to immediately come in and make an impact because of the needs at the wing position, at the 2 as well as the 3.
Definitely, it's not about all the time how high you get drafted, because it may not be the best situation for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel blessed to be drafted ninth in the best situation in the best city, like I said, because you couldn't ask for nothing better than that.
Have you been contacted by any of the Raptors on the roster? Has Chris Bosh talked to you and welcomed you to the team yet?
I seen Chris Bosh when I was out there in New York. He spoke to us the morning of the draft. And, he was giving me a little eye like he knew something was going on. But I stayed cool and everything, so I know I'll see him soon.
All right, last question for you. At what sense, and you said that CB4 gave you a little bit of the look, at what sense of the process did you get a really good, secure feeling that this is going to be where you were going to land?
When they got to the 8th pick, when they got to the New York Knicks, I was like, the Raptors next, and I was like, I got that little smirk on my face. I said, let me get ready for David Stern to walk out and say my name. So.
All righty. Well, here you are. Congratulations, and we certainly look forward to seeing you play.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right. DeMar DeRozan, just 19 years of age, will be joined by Brian Colangelo, President and General Manager of the Toronto Raptors, momentarily as we send it to break here at the Air Canada Centre from the Rogers Media Center. Back after this.